What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Dodgers Explicit, episode 11. I'm Ram.
And I'm Josh.
Before we start on today's topics, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the YouTube. We also have our Instagram and TikTok right down here if you want to give us a follow in there as well, because we post a lot more on there. Our question today for you guys is, what is your top three teams in the MLB? Let us know down in the comments. All right. If you want to head us straight into the topics, what do we got today?
Yeah, so for today, we are sort of re-ranking MLB's Power Rankings. They came out about a week or so ago, and I gotta say, I do not agree with them on a lot of their placements. To start off, should I say their rankings first?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So this is MLB's Power Rankings. They released it January 2nd. So at number 10, they have the Toronto Blue Jays. At number 9, they have the Arizona D-backs. At number 8, they have the New York Yankees. At number 7, they have the Tampa Bay Rays. At number 6, they have the Houston Astros. At number 5, they have the Philadelphia Phillies. At number 4, they have the Baltimore Orioles. At number 3, they have the Texas Rangers. At number 2, they have the Los Angeles Dodgers. And at number 1, they have the Atlanta Braves. Overall, for me, it's not a terrible list,
I don't think so either.
but there's just a couple teams that I think are better than others. Ram, what do you think about their list?
I don't think their list is bad at all. Like, I'm not mad at it. It's not one of those lists where I'm like, who the hell did that? But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, at the same time, you're right. There is a couple little things where it's like, damn, how do you pick them right now? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with that being said, we should just lead into our own top 10. We each have our own personal ones. I say we let them know ours and see maybe if we sound stupid or if we make the MLB sound stupid.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off. Is that cool? I go first. That's cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So for me, number 10 hurts me to do this because I hate them. I'm a hater. But for me at number 10, I got the San Diego Padres.
Holy.
They haven't really done much, but the talent is still there. I mean, they have a good core. So I got them at number 10. At number 9, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. Another thing where they just haven't done much, but the core is really strong. And then at number 8, I got the D-backs, which at the same time, yeah, they've gotten better. But not enough to where I'm gonna put them close to 5, like some people have them. MLB has them at 9, so although I don't really think that's a bad spot for them. At number 7, I have the New York Yankees, which they just signed Marcus Stroman, so that definitely strengthens their rotation a little bit. But to me, I was going through it today. That doesn't have me putting them over the Orioles, which I have at number 6. I mean, I just really like the Orioles. They're young squad they got going right now, and you got to respect it. Like they were bad a couple years ago, and they really just trusted the process. And I mean, they're a top. I have them at 6. They could be potentially a top 5 team in the MLB this year. At number 5 though, I have the Houston Astros, just all around kind of one of the more strong rosters. Haven't done much this offseason either, but it's kind of like they got their core locked in. Their rotation's pretty solid. So I gotta give them respect and go at number 5. And then at number 4, I have the reigning champion, Texas Rangers. They got DeGrom coming back, and they got another arm coming back too. Somebody that had got hurt last year.
Scherzer.
Regardless, yeah, they got Scherzer coming back too. And then at number 3, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. One of the more, I feel like, kind of underrated. I mean, even though they're ranked 5th on MLB's list, I feel like they're a little bit underrated. Um, I mean, they, the thing is, they're not gonna win 100 games in the regular season, but it's a team that's gonna get it done in October, and they're built for the moment. We've clearly seen that the last couple of years. I got respect for them. I put them at number 3, and then at number 2, I got the Atlanta Braves. I'm sorry, MLB, but I think you got the 1 and 2 wrong. I'm a Dodger fan. You can see behind me, and this is the Dodgers podcast. I'm a Dodger fan, so maybe it's a little bit biased, but I just feel like we're better. We're better than the Braves in every aspect. I mean, you can go position by position, and out of the 9 positions, we're gonna be we're gonna have more than they will. One position they have us really beat in is third base because Austin Riley's obviously better than Max Muncy, and then Acuna and right, like he's one of the best players in baseball. But there's some positions where we're just completely better than them. I mean, James Outman I think is better than Michael Harris. Freddie Freeman's better than Matt Olson. So I mean, it's wish-washy. The catcher situation, I got Will Smith, so it's really close to me. The Dodgers and Braves is really close. And then obviously number one, the Dodgers, as I had said. But Ram, you made a face when I said 10 Padres.
No, I
What do you
made
think
that
about
face
this,
because I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about.
bro?
Like I didn't even think to put them in my top 10 because I forgot about them. That's how irrelevant they are right now. But they did make me change my list a little bit because for some I forgot they were even existent.
Okay, I want to say though, before you get into yours, one thing about my list is the Rays are missing, and the Rays were number 7 on MLB's. But I don't know, man. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep, I can't rate them so highly and be disappointed. I would rather rate them low and then win 90 games again and make the playoffs and say, oh well, I undervalued them. I don't
Mhm.
know. I just think there's ten rosters that are more talented than them right now.
Yeah, I can understand it, but I'll say our lists are very different.
Mm, okay.
So I do want to say an honorable Okay, first off, let me start it like this. These are my top 10 teams in the MLB for the 2024 season. I have an honorable mention because I forgot about the Padres, so I slipped them in my top 10. I do have an honorable mention now. My honorable mention is the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't
Okay.
think they could be a top 10 team, but they just so many years have came by where they should have made the playoffs and done good in the playoffs, and they don't. So they're not proven top 10 to me yet. At number 10, I'm gonna go with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I feel like they still have a lot to improve on, so 10 is a good spot for them. At number 9, I have the San Diego Padres. I think the Padres are
Okay.
actually better than the D-backs still. I think the Padres will finish better than D-backs this year, and I won't be surprised if the Padres make it to the playoffs and the D-backs don't this year.
Mm,
At number 8, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, I just had to put them in my top 10 because I know they're going to be good. They're not gonna not be good. I just know they're going to be good every year. It seems like they suck, but they don't. At number 7, who I actually feel like I dropped a lot, is the Houston Astros. They still have a great
mm,
team, but I have them pretty high up just because I think the other teams might have the edge by just a little bit right now. And the next one I put is the New York Yankees. I think right now
ooh.
the New York Yankees might be a little bit better than the Houston Astros because they got those two superstars now in the outfield. So they're getting better in their pitching, and the Astros have pretty much been the same team for a long time. At number 5, I put the reigning World Series champs, Texas Rangers. I
Okay.
still don't think they're a World Series team this year. I don't think they'll make it that far. I don't think they'll win the World Series again, but they're still considered a top 5 team, but only because they won the World Series. I feel like if they didn't win the World Series, I might have had them further down, but I have to pay a little bit of respect because they won the World Series.
That's how I felt too.
And then at number 4, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. Great team. Lots of upside. Their only downside is they're very streaky to me. They're either very good or there's times where it's like, dude, where's the team that was just playing in October? But you're right. They come through in October, so that's why I had to give them that 4 spot. Like they're probably not going to win that division, but they're going to come out and they're going to play. They're going to try, and they play with heart. At number 3, which I was surprised you put very low, the Baltimore Orioles. I think the Baltimore Orioles are a top 3 team. Last year, they won over 100 games, very young, and they're going to be more mature. They're going to have that urge. I know they won 100 games, and they're going to want to win more. They're going to want to win more. They're a young team with a lot of fire, and the only thing I think they could need some help in is pitching, but I think they'll end up finding the help. At number 2, which the top 2 very, very, very close. It's very controversial. I did put the Atlanta Braves at number 2, but it took a lot of thinking. It really did. I was so close to putting them at 1, and I was convinced that they're still the best team. But you just look at the number 1 spot, the Dodgers. You can't. You look at that roster up and down. They're just too good, man. Like you have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei
Mm,
Ohtani, Will
mm,
Smith.
mm,
Those top 4. That's a better top 4 than the Braves' top 4, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, I
pitching
think
pretty
it's just
equal, bullpen pretty equal.
it's so close.
It is. It's very
I do think
controversial.
I do think we have the bullpen edge right now for sure, though. That's
Yeah, I
one
think so.
edge that I can confidently say.
Yeah. Offensively too, now that we signed Teoscar, I think we have a little bit more depth than them now, which puts us just over the edge.
Yeah. Um, I I don't. There's nothing I hate about the top 10 or your top 10. One thing I do want to say is, what did you have the Yankees at?
I have them at 6, behind
At
the
six?
Rangers,
Okay.
behind the Rangers, ahead of the Astros.
Okay, here's the thing. I got them at 7. I like the 6 spot. That's cool too. The thing about the Yankees is Yankee fans are really excited for this year. And I mean, don't get me wrong, getting Juan Soto is huge. Him and Aaron Judge in the same lineup is crazy. And getting Marcus Stroman was huge. I mean, their 1-2 is Garrett Cole and Marcus Stroman. That's good. But I mean, after that, it's it's bad. I'm looking at projected rotation right now. They got Luke Weaver as their third overall starter or Carlos Rodon.
Okay, well that's
And Rodon
Rodon.
no, Rodon was bad last year.
He
So
was,
if he
but
finds it again, that's a very respectable 3 starter. And then
way more than
Nasty
respectable.
Nesters, I'm sorry, he's overrated.
Yeah, he's not
I'm
that
sorry,
good.
Nasty Nestor is overrated. And then after that, I mean, Domingo Herman is terrible. Clark Schmidt is average. So, and then going into their lineup, I mean, after after 3, because this one has Glaber at 5, I would put Glaber at 2, and then Judge Soto. So
Mhm.
I'll say after 5, it's really bad. Like like
Who we
it's 2016, like 2016 lineup right here. Like, come on, guys. This is not a lineup to be too excited about.
Yeah, but it also is because Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Giancarlo Stanton. We're looking at Volpe still coming up. He could have a better sophomore year up with the bat. I
Yeah, I
still
think
think they can have a
sorry, go
solid
ahead.
lineup. To be honest, I think they're another team with lots of potential, and I feel like even last year I believed in them. I thought they were going to be real good last year, but obviously they weren't. But this year maybe it's going to be better. I did believe they were a good team last year. I still do believe that they had a good roster, but they just didn't put it together right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get excited over Anthony Rizzo and Giancarlo Stanton in 2024. I just can't. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Can they go back to their old form? Maybe, but to me, I just can't see it. And I respect the pickup of Alex Verdugo. That's a great pickup for them as well. And Anthony Volpe's up and coming. And then Austin Wells is their catcher. I mean, no, but we don't gotta talk about that part. But it's one of those things where the Yankees, this is kind of a not make or break year, but like they
It's
got
a
Soto
big
for
year.
1 year. It is because Soto's under contract for just this year, and if they don't have a good season, I'm not gonna lie, he's not coming back.
Yeah.
So this is huge.
This is a huge step for the Yankees. And here's the thing with the Yankees, they could have had a greater offseason. Don't get me wrong. I think they had the second best offseason so far behind us. But I still think there's still a lot of room to add more pieces.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so too. And then I do respect what you said about the Tampa Bay Rays. I already explained my part how I would rather undervalue them and them overachieve in my eyes than overvalue them and expect 95 wins.
Yeah.
That the roster just isn't talented, but Kevin Cash knows how to get those guys winning. I'll tell you that
Yeah, in the regular season at least.
in the regular season at least.
And
So
and I know you made a face when I put the Padres above the D-backs. What do you think about that? When I said this is what I said. I said I wouldn't be surprised if the Padres made the playoffs and the D-backs didn't.
the thing is, I understand it, and you're always right about that stuff.
I'm
You're always right
hold
about
on,
that.
hold on. Last year, people looked at me like I was insane, bro. Before the season started, this is what I said. My hot take of the season was the Padres will miss the playoffs. Opening day. I said that before opening day. Opening day comes, and we're with our other homie, and he hears me say this, right? And his dad. And right after they got eliminated, he texted me. He was like, "Bro, how did you even predict that? Like, how would you predict the Padres missing the playoffs?" I don't know. I'm sick in the head. I don't know how I knew, but it's just something didn't add up right with them. My feeling this year is the Padres are going to make the playoffs. I think they'll be a better team this year.
Yeah, no, and I could vouch for you too. I remember you saying that, and I'm like, bro, this roster is way too talented to miss the playoffs. And I mean, I don't know. One thing about Dave Roberts is he keeps our egos together, because those egos last year were not together. Ended up trading Juan Soto obviously to cut pay, and then obviously we all know what happened from there. I mean, they just couldn't put it together throughout the regular season. And as Dodger fans, we just sat there and laughed at them. Like,
It
that's
was
all
funny.
we did last year was sit there and laugh at them. But I will say though, Ram definitely did call that. And I can respect that. But the thing is, the D-backs just swept us, so I'm gonna put a little bit of respect on their name.
No, I have respect for them, but do I think that do I think they're going to be better than the Padres and the Dodgers this year? No. And that if you're a third place team making the playoffs, you're barely making it. So that's why I'm saying I won't be surprised if they don't make it. If they do make it, it'll be a last seed
Hmm. Yeah.
because
And
they're
then
still very young and have a lot to improve on too. They don't have the best lineup. They have a pretty good
no.
rotation, and their bullpen kind of just hit the sparks at the right time.
Yeah. I'm not too scared of their lineup. They're pitching solid though. They got Eduardo Rodriguez now too. So that's a pretty decent rotation. But I mean, I'm not sitting here shaking in my boots about the D-backs. I'm not gonna lie, I respect them. They beat the crap out of us in the NLDS. We know that. There was literally a Padres or a D-backs fan in our comments earlier about us going to FanFest, and he said no, and I said you're a D-backs fan, and he said thanks for recognizing, and put a sweeping emoji. I'm like, bro, we need to get these guys back, bro. Fuck that, man.
No, yeah, I don't like. I want the Dodgers to like beat them every time this year. I don't even want us to lose one game to them this year.
But
Their egos.
move, no, yeah, moving on from that though, we had the Blue Jays around the same mark. You had them at 10
Honorable
or
mention.
honorable mention. Okay,
They
so
were at my
11,
10
10,
until I remembered the Padres. I don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just such a forgettable team right now.
Yeah, they are, and they're in a really good division too. So it's just gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to make the playoffs every year if you're
And
a
let's
Blue
just say
Jays
this.
fan.
Let me say this right now, bro. The Giants aren't gonna do nothing, guys. If Giants fans, you can say whatever you want to me. I don't care. Go in all in on me. You guys aren't gonna do nothing this year at all. Like, have fun with your 78 to 80 win team. Like, so don't even get your hopes up. You guys suck. You guys are not good. The lineup's not good. You guys can't sign nobody. Just accept the fact that you guys aren't doing nothing this year and rebuild. You guys should have been rebuilding since after that 2021 season.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree though. The Giants, they're not gonna do nothing. I would, if I was able to make this bet, I would put $1,000 that the Giants don't go anywhere over 15 games over 500 or under. They're literally just going to be so mediocre this year. They're going to hang around 500 the whole year, I promise.
Yeah, they're gonna be mid, literally.
They're going to win 4 games in a row, and then they're going to lose 3. And then they're going to win another 2 games in a row, and then they're going to lose 3. It's just going to be a rocky season for the Giants. And if you're
Yep.
a Giants fan sitting here clicking on a rankings video expecting to see you in the top 10, no.
Yeah,
Top
no.
15, matter of fact, top 18, yeah. Top 15 maybe, but I don't even look at I didn't even like when I made my list, Giants didn't pop into my head one time.
Yeah, you guys are down there with the Rockies. Not that bad,
The
but
Rockies.
in the division, it's gonna be. We need to do a division video too.
We will.
Predicting all the divisions.
But we
But
will.
in the division, it's gonna be the Rockies 5. I'll just do the NL West first because we're in the NL West. It's gonna be Rockies 5, Giants 4, D-backs and Padres. I think are gonna battle it for sure, and for the 2 and 3. So I'm not even gonna say a for sure answer right now. and then at 1 it's going to be the Dodgers. But I feel like our division is tough, but it's not that tough. I honestly don't think it's that tough.
I think our division is tough, but we're so good where it's like it's not going to be tough for us because we're going to win close to 110 games ish, and I think that the Padres and D-backs will win around
And
91, 92.
and here's the thing. I think it's not that tough because everybody else in our division can't hang in the regular season like we can. They're
Yeah, we can win a lot of games in a little amount of time. Like there's gonna be a stretch where we go like we're gonna wake up and we're gonna be like, well, let's see if we can go 19-3 in our last 22 games, like something crazy like that. We always go on a random crazy streak like that. It won't be like a 18 game win streak or a 16 game win streak, but it'll be like, okay, well, we swept this series, lost one, and then swept the next two series. So we're gonna be like 11-2 in our last 13 games. And I mean, if you're putting one or two of those together in a year, it's gonna be a good year for you.
yeah, for sure.
Another team that you had a little higher than I did was the Orioles. For me, like you said, the only shortage is their pitching.
But they got a damn
That's
good offense.
no, the offense
I
is scary.
I think you underrated them a lot. You put them at 6, right?
6, yeah.
Yeah, I think on paper right now, them and the Phillies are in battle for the third best team in baseball.
Man, the thing is, I respect it because I know that offense is crazy. I was betting on that team last year a lot. Like that was a team I was betting on a lot.
I mean, look at it. They won over 100 games last year with full rookies.
Yeah. Their rotation though is just it's so average. I mean, think about this. If they go out and get an ace, right? They
Bro,
go get Blake
I,
Snell.
I've been saying they should get Blake Snell. I said it in my predictions video. They need Blake Snell.
If Blake Snell is an Oriole, I'm not gonna lie, if Blake Snell's an Oriole and you're seeing this and you guys are watching this video and Blake Snell's an Oriole, move them up to 4, right? They'll pass the Rangers. Move them up to 4. They're just missing an ace who's gonna get innings. That's
Yeah.
it.
I think they'll
But
figure
I
it
do
out
I
though.
do I do love their offense. Bullpen's elite. So yeah. And then we already discussed we gave the Rangers their respect, gave them their flowers. Congrats on the championship. Got a lot of pieces coming back. I think they're the 4th best team in baseball. Where'd you have them? 5?
5. Not
5,
far
yeah.
off.
No, 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 not at all.
Seems like it's pretty much
Phillies,
it.
yeah, Phillies, Braves. We had the Dodgers and Braves pretty 1-2 undisputed. I don't think you can really argue that the Phillies are a top 2 team. I know they beat the Braves. I understand that,
Hmm.
but I don't know. Not to me, man. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to go over in our power rankings?
Nah, power rankings seem pretty good. I just want to know what you guys want think about it.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Who would be your guys' top? I mean, our question of the day was top 3 teams, but if you're still watching this video, drop your top 5, top 10. If you're a fan of another team, and let's say you think your team deserves to be higher on this list or be on this list, let us know. I mean, we're
And
listening.
and if you're a Giants fan, please argue with me. Please comment.
Oh,
Please
Giants
comment.
fans, please comment. All right, so moving on to our next topic. Not really a topic, just kind of a couple things I wanted to go over. Um, the Dodgers announced Teoscar Hernandez. He is officially a Los Angeles Dodger. He chose the number 37. Welcome to LA, Teoscar. We would love to have you on the podcast. Imagine. But so that brought our 40-man roster to 39.
After
What
the
should the
trade.
Dodgers after the trade? If that brought our roster to 39. What should the Dodgers do with that final spot?
One name. One name I've been saying. Clayton Kershaw.
Okay. I thought you were about to say some random name. I was about to say.
Nah, Clayton Kershaw. I mean, we have a spot open for him. We need a
Hmm.
left-handed pitcher. I know he's gonna be hurt for over half the season. One more ride, man. One more ride. Get him his ring. He'll still help us a lot, and let him retire a champ. That's
Yeah,
that's all I got. And I'm not even saying that just for his legacy. I'm saying it because I think we actually need him.
I think so too. I think it works out for both parties here. Um I've been saying it, man. This last roster spot, Just bring back 22. That's it.
Yep.
Bring back 22 and let's go into the season and let's get him a ring. My ideal ending, right? My ideal ending is Clayton Kershaw tossing the last out of the World Series and us clinching.
That's crazy. I can't see that happening though.
No?
Nah, I don't think he would come out the bullpen. Well,
Let's say,
I guess he would have to come out the bullpen because our rotation is going to be too stacked for him.
listen, let's say we're up 4 runs, right? And we're up 3-2 in the series. Game 6.
I'm sorry.
You're not bringing in Kershaw for those last 3 outs and letting him
I've
ride off into the sunset.
I've seen Kershaw fail in the playoffs way too many times, especially out the bullpen.
Oh man, that's such a storybook ending though.
I don't care about the story, bro. Get us to win, bro. Throw in Evan Phillips and get us 3 outs and win the World Series. Kershaw jumping out of the bullpen again, like it's fine. Like
Okay.
Kershaw will have his times in the postseason, and like
Mhm.
Danny said in that live, he said he's gonna have 1 start in the NLDS, 1 start in the NLCS, and 1 start in the World Series. I don't think he'll ever come out of relief. I I think if he gets to that point in his career, he will just retire.
Okay.
And I
I'm
don't
not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna
I
lie though. I would rather have Yamamoto, Bobby, and Glassnow, and I would rather have them 3 start for sure. And
yeah,
Bueller,
Kershaw.
that's 4. I would rather have them in the postseason rotation than Kershaw. So honestly think Kershaw's gonna come out the bullpen in the playoffs.
I can see it too, but that's kind of scary. I don't like Kershaw at the bullpen. You've seen it happen
Oh,
too many times.
I've seen it. Trust me, I've cried over it. Trust me, I remember. But yeah, that's what we both. I'm glad we're both on the same boat. Bring back 22. Um, okay. My last question, right?
Hmm.
You can think anybody, anybody that has ever been a Dodger for this question. Okay,
Hmm.
I'll tell you my answer. I've had this question waiting to ask it for like a couple of days now.
All right.
If you could add one former Dodger in their prime to add to the 2024 Dodgers, who would it be?
In their prime,
Any Dodger all time.
somebody I just love or somebody who would fit on our team.
Anything you want.
Anything I want. I hate to say it because I have so many names running through my head. I have Manny Ramirez running through my head, Matt Kemp, Andre Ethier, but there's one name that I wish we kept. Matt Kemp, I'm gonna say no because he had one last ride in 2018. I do wish Andre Ethier got a ring with us, and Manny Ramirez was like one of my favorite players growing up. But I just wish we kept Corey Seager. Corey Seager, he would complete our team right now. Like imagine we had that star shortstop with all these other star players. I think Corey Seager would have. That would be disgusting. I think that would be my. That's like my dream team. And Seager's my
That's your
favorite
dream
player,
team.
so Seager's the answer.
Okay, the Seager's your answer. All right. Well, for me, um, if I could bring any player in their prime, I want Paco Rodriguez.
What?
I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. No,
Oh my god.
realistically, if I could bring any Dodger in their prime to the 2024 Dodgers,
I know who you're
I
gonna
never
say.
got to see him pitch.
Oh, never
I'll
mind.
bring I'll bring Sandy Koufax.
Wow. That's crazy. That I didn't think you were gonna go there. You know who I thought you were gonna say? I had a
Who?
feeling you were gonna say Puig. I don't know why.
No, 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 no. I'm thinking we need a lefty starter. Why not get the greatest left-handed starter of all time in Sandy Koufax? And I never got to see him pitch. So if I could just put him on that field, I feel like that would be kind of cool. I don't know,
Yeah,
just kind of a good
that would be
question to
cool.
fantasize about.
That would be cool.
No, Paco?
Nah. I saw a 2022 highlight video. Or not 2022, 2020 highlight video. And I saw Pedro Baez pitching. I was like, bro, I forgot about Baez.
H. Bias.
Remember how bad he
That's
was until he was so good?
he was really bad and then he was really good.
Hmm.
I'll tell you that.